Well, hello, and thanks for watching another episode of ARFCOM News, your twice-weekly dose of the finest two-way propaganda. Let's kick it off today with another story from the only ones professional enough files. Box wine Karens are constantly saying how only cops should have guns. But this man, Sheriff Deputy Tim Dispennet, is a cop, and he had a gun. And he negligently shot a student with it during a bad guy drill because he drew his actual no-service pistol instead of the training gun he was supposed to be using. Thankfully, he wasn't a very good shot either, and the student's injury was not life-threatening.
Just a flesh wound.
Superintendent Dave Chapman said, "At no time were the students and staff at the high school in any danger or threat. I beg to differ. Their lives were in danger every moment that man had a gun in the building." I probably don't have to tell you folks how monumentally stupid it is to have a live weapon in the same room you plan to do training in, let alone holstered. He should have secured his pistol in a lockbox or with a responsible adult in another room. So, let us use his foolish choice as a learning opportunity. When you do your dry fire drills, you do dry fire, right? When you dry fire, unload your gun and put the ammo in another room until you're finished. If you happen to get interrupted with a phone call or something, clear the firearm again before you continue. But it would be impossible for us to produce quality two-way propaganda without sponsors, so let's pay some bills. Today's video is sponsored by Franklin Armory because anything worth shooting is worth shooting twice. And going binary is your Fed-approved solution. Want reduced split times and tighter groups? With a Franklin Armory binary firing system, you can improve these important shooting metrics and more. Visit franklinarmory.com and gain the selectable option to fire on both the pull and release trigger functions of your semi-automatic firearm today. And by Hydra. The Mark 15 Hydra is the most versatile black rifle platform the industry has ever seen. The most you will ever need to convert calibers is a barrel, bolt, and magwell. Changing is quick and easy, and the combinations are practically limitless. With just one serialized lower, you can have any configuration you can imagine. And by TNVC.com, your source for bespoke, artisanal, non-GMO night vision products. The new Mars laser rangefinder from Envision is in stock and ready to ship. It's a compact LRF packed with features including a 2,000 meter range, built-in ballistic computer, and Bluetooth. It features a red aiming laser as well as an IR ranging laser which cannot be detected by most night vision devices. Hey, remember those wacky control freaks in New Mexico who illegally transferred guns, then turned around and gave them to high school students? They're having another buyback event on May 11th at the Santa Fe Municipal Court. But I guess they've decided that ghost guns aren't nearly as scary as they used to be because they won't be accepting any ghost guns. They also won't take 3D guns either. I'm sorry, but aren't all guns three-dimensional physical objects? In any case, they'll give you $250 for an assault weapon, if they can figure out what that is, and they'll give you a Benjamin for a long gun. For the record, the materials to build a pipe shotgun still cost substantially less than $100. But you're going to want to stamp a serial number on it so it's not considered a ghost gun. As always, these events remain a fantastic opportunity to score deals on rare guns. And if they won't buy your squirted guns, you may as well just give them away. ATF can't lock you up for dealing guns if you don't sell them, right? No, I'm not a lawyer because my parents were married, so, please no suit. So it turns out ATF death squads don't get very much training.
Jack's complete lack of surprise.
The gun writer reports the training to become a member of the ATF's special response team is 2 weeks long. But hey, they learn to balance on boards and so that's pretty elite, right? Now, for comparison, Army basic rifle marksmanship is also 2 weeks long. And those are 6-day weeks with a solid at least 10 hours of training each day. The FBI school for their hostage rescue team is 10 months long, although to the best of my knowledge, they have never actually, rescued a hostage. Delta and DevGru both require 6-month schools after a lengthy and arduous selection process. And for that matter, any cop that can tell you which end of the rifle is the loud end and the difference between a center-fed and corner-fed room, probably also going to tell you they spent at least a week just learning movement and room clearing. There is No way a person can become competent in all the myriad skills needed to be an operator in just 2 weeks. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I want them to train more, I'm just saying it actually explains, quite a lot. A couple of days ago, a fugitive in Charlotte, North Carolina killed several police officers, and as much as people have been talking about that, there's a lot that has not really been said. The confrontation happened as a result of U.S. Marshals attempting to serve an arrest warrant for a felon in possession of a gun. The man in question had multiple prior convictions, but none of them were particularly heinous. Back in 2010, he did 6 months for breaking and entering. In 2012, he tried to avoid a checkpoint, then ran from the cops, and they found a gun on him when they caught him, and he was by that time a felon already. In 2021, he got caught with the devil's lettuce after trying to run from the cops again, but was released the same day. Now, this might be a spicy take, but the way I see it, if his rights had been restored when he was released, those cops would be alive today. At the same time, somebody who clearly has trouble coloring within the lines probably shouldn't be released from jail the very same day he gets caught running from the cops. Again. See, that's the repetitive theme we keep seeing. Almost every time we hear about criminals doing a violence, it turns out that person had multiple convictions and got off pretty lightly. None of the gun control laws, which were supposed to keep him from getting a gun, stopped him. Rather than trying to figure out a way to stop dangerous people from getting hold of guns, which is impossible, maybe we should try this thing where we don't let dangerous psychopaths have access to the rest of us. Gun control didn't stop him, but keeping him locked up would have. What do you think? Should this guy have been released in the first place? Should his rights have been restored when he was released? Now, if you made it this far, thanks for sticking around, and I'll get to your moment of zen in just a moment, but first, I'd like to indulge in a little bit of shameless self-promotion if you'll allow it. If you haven't been watching the ARFCOM boys over on the review channel, you are missing out. Their latest video, like everything they do, is an absolute banger, so when you're finished here, head on over and check out their video on the pimpest pump action, the 870. And now for your moment of zen. Hey friends, do you like pews and other pew-related things? Would you like to help us keep delivering you pure, uncut American pew-propaganda at the low, low price of free fitty? We literally couldn't pay the bills without our sponsors, so do us a solid and get yourself something nice from them. You deserve it. I love you. That's what you stepped in, and that's what you...